Bengaluru police have busted a massive interstate counterfeiting operation targeting consumers and duplicating one of South India's most trusted brands. Bengaluru Central Crime Branch has arrested the alleged masterminds behind the large-scale fake Nandini Ghee Racket. The arrested couple, identified as Shivakumar and Ramya from Mysuru, were running a sophisticated industrial-grade manufacturing unit in Tirupur, Tamil Nadu. Investigators found the duo were diluting 1 liter of original Nandini ghee with the cheap vegetable fats like palm and coconut oil to produce up to 4 liters of counterfeit product. This fake ghee, packed in identical Nandini sachets, was then distributed into Bengaluru markets by authorized KMF dealers who were part of the scam. The bust, which began with a tip-off from the KMF's vigilance team, has led to the seizure of about 8,100 liters of fake ghee and machinery worth over 1.27 crore rupees. Police have also frozen rupees 60 lakh from the couple's bank accounts. Authorities are currently investigating if any harmful animal fat was used in the adulteration and continue to interrogate the accused to track the entire network, as the incident has sparked concerns for consumer rights. All right, joining us on the program to talk more about this at this point in time is Dr. Lalita R. Gowda, Chief Scientist at the CSIR Central Food Technological Research Institute. Ma'am, appreciate you joining us. I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Right, ma'am. First of all, this is a classic case of spurious products being peddled into the market. But how does this come about being done so easily? If the distributorship is also involved over here, then I'm pretty much sure that the government or some part of the bureaucracy knew what was going on.
Well, I'm not sure about that. I can only give my scientific opinion on how we could detect the adulteration.
Go ahead, ma'am, if you can tell us about that. How does this adulteration affect our health?
Actually, we have, if you look at FSSAI, they have laid down some specifications for ghee, and we have a few quality parameters which can be tested very easily in the laboratory. I mean, you don't need a long time to do it. And these are what we call as the butyrorefractometer reading. And it very well tells us if any vegetable oil is added, the reading will increase over what is there for the standard ghee. We also use something called recurve value, or the RM value, which tells us about the fatty acids, that is the steam volatile water soluble fatty acids. And a lower RM value would tell us that there is some non-dairy fat, because vegetable oils have got lower RM value. So if it is adulterated, we could find out. And then we have Polanski value also, which tells us whether there is adulteration with the animal, not with animal fat, with vegetable fat. If you're looking at the other adulteration of the gold standard for detecting adulteration of ghee is to do the fatty acid composition, which requires competence, and we need to use high-end instrumentation like what is known as a gas chromatograph with an FID. And that tells us the fatty acid composition, or, the actual fatty acids in it. And so if any other oil or fat has been added to it, there will be a change in the fatty acid composition, and we can tell that it is adulterated. And another test is what we do is the triglyceride, again telling us the components, and we have what are known as S values, and those values will tell us whether it is adulterated. So in the laboratory, it is very easy to tell whether it is adulterated with vegetable oil or palm oil or any other fat in which the composition is different. But at the point of care, no tests are there to talk about adulteration other than telling us if vanaspati has been added. There is a simple test to tell us whether vanaspati is added. So if I add sugar and concentrated sulfuric acid and I get a crimson color, then I know vanaspati has been added. So such type of things are there. So this is the way in which we can tell, whatever you said, the ghee that has been found to be adulterated. By doing these tests, we would be able to detect the adulteration.
Now, one last question before we let you go. Is there a way for, the hapless and helpless consumer to tell whether this is adulterated or not? Is there a test at home that, you would in fact recommend for people who are unaware that this could be happening to them?
I don't think there is a test at home other than, from my experience, I think, is if you heat the ghee and you do not get the butter flavor, the ghee flavor, yeah, I think it is then you can tell. Otherwise, it is quite difficult because both ghee and the fats and oils have similar consistency and they would mix very well. So right now there are just two or three. Another test you can do, but not in the house, is in the laboratory to tell is something with a chemical called DPPH, which will tell us whether palm oil is there. So we don't have any ready to use like to tell us thing, because most of the fats and oils and ghee, they have what are known as triglycerides or fatty acids in it, and they are common across the oils and fats. Only the percentage varies, so it would be, in my experience, a little difficult.
Ma'am, appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much for those insights. All right, Ashwini Dubey, advocate on record, Supreme Court, is with us on the program as well. Rashmi Samant, the author and former President, University of Oxford, is also joining us on the program. Ashwini, what do you make of this? It seems it's pretty easy to fool the consumer, to get into that machinery which supplies, a daily need like ghee, to uninformed customers and unassuming customers. How is something like this not being checked, by local food and quality inspectors? What do you think is going on over here?
Vinitha, if I say in a harsh word, it's a complete failure of the authority, which is not checking it. Number one. Number two, Vinith, by moving further, I would say the law under the BNS or previously existed Indian Penal Code, there is no law which can make this offense punishable for more than 6 months, a maximum 1 to 2 years. So the section 272, which talks about the adulteration of food or drink intended for sale, the punishment is 6 months. Section 273, which talks about sale of noxious food or drink, punishment is 6 months. Then one section is added, 420, and the cheating, then the court say this is not the cheating. So maximum punishment otherwise is 7 years, and the valuable, under the BRS up to the 7 years, the offense is valuable. So happens in court, those perpetrators of the crime go scot-free. Tomorrow they will get bail. And now a journalist, senior journalist like you, was responsible, fourth pillar of the democracy or the constitution, who has raised this voice. That is why this has come in the public domain. Every day we are eating, and despite that Food Safety Standard Authority of India, Food Adulteration Department, drug inspectors, authorities responsible for giving licenses, they are keeping shut. Not taking this into action is one part. Karnataka, it is happening every day in our life. You see what has happened during the Diwali time. There was thousands of liters of the ghee as well as the paneer. It was found near all about the NCR. What is the duty of the Food Safety Authority of India? Number one. What is the duty of the drug inspectors? They are not taking any action. That is why, you see, the law is in place. Number three, the government authority must ensure that those perpetrators of crime are punished, charged with the offense where they do not get the easy bail. Here they will get the easy bail. Every day we eat the sweets, contaminated sweets. Every day we drink the contaminated milk. Where is the action? There is no action. So first thing, revamp this provision section 272, 273 and make an offense where the punishment should be 10 years, because here you are playing with the life of the citizens, where you have supplied adulterous food, which is harmful to the body of that person, which is not less than any other offense committed in the crime. Then now, other thing, the manufacturer engaged in manufacturing, selling of food products, and who are the distributors, who are the persons who are distributing it. In between the supply chain, why there is not check and balance, there has to be sudden. They should commit a raid. They should go and they should check it that yes, this is adulterated food. Now, Vinit bhai, we remember the Madhya Pradesh, the drug which was given to the cough syrup which was given to the 26 or 27 children died. What happened to that? The link which we see, the big link, is from Tamil Nadu, going to the Madhya Pradesh. What has happened? Nobody knows. So why there is check and balance? It's complete failure, Vinit bhai, I would say, on the part of the authorities which are not responsibly working and checking it. Otherwise, it will keep happening, and we will keep raising the voice, and there will not be any change into it. So first is the Parliament must enact law, because it's in the concurrent list. Being in the concurrent list, states in the Parliament can both make the law, making it as a non-bailable offence, but making it a provision which is where the stricter punishment is there. Now, the other thing you see, the Karnataka ghee, apart from a designated officer, what happened to that? Designated officers are not checking. The act also, the law also said that every supply material shall be checked. So ghee, since the brand name is there, nobody is checking. Why there is no checking? Because it's Nandini ghee. Tomorrow something will happen in the Amul. Tomorrow something will happen in Mother Dairy, which is the biggest supply chain. So adulteration of drugs is an offense, and that offense should be punishment, should be the extent that the preparators of crime are taken to the custody, and there is no bail given in that provision. It's as equal as the narcotics, as equal committing any other heinous crimes against the citizens. Over to you, Vinit bhai.
All right.
Bhai, over to you.
Yeah, all right. Ashwini, appreciate your perspective in this manner as well. Stay with us, Ashwini. We have more to ask you as well. Rashmi, what's your, basically your instinct telling you as to this is not a problem just, relegated to this couple. This is a problem pan-India, and I'm sure, me and Ashwini on a daily basis are consuming food and items which are not bona fide or original in nature, and yet this kind of a pandemic, for a lack of a better word, continues.
Well, Vineet, I think you put it well when you called it a pandemic. I think reports recently, there has been many news articles back from 2008 about methanol yellow in chana dal, about auramine in chana, about fake paneer made with starch, synthetic milk solids, even detergents, fake ghee, etc. To some extent, these incidents and these reportings were restricted to unbranded, goods, household goods that you would purchase from a kirana wala dukan. Paneer by the kilo, chana by the kilo, you wouldn't really stick to a brand per se. But now, this problem, it's become endemic of the system, and you can tell by the very fact that a PSU owned entity, Nandini, is now putting out Nandini is not putting out any fake ghee, but then you have somebody faking a PSU's product, a branded product. So then this problem is only getting deeper. You see that they've gotten the guts to also mimic products that normally go through distribution channels. I mean, me being a Kannadiga, our Nandini milk, our Nandini, this thing comes through certified distributors of the PSU. So the very fact that this Nandini ghee is even finding market points to some sinister corruption within the system, that this has become systemic now, that they somehow access to distributors, or they've somehow hacked their way into the distribution system, because this proper due diligence, which is usually done when branded goods flow through the market. So now that, I think, is getting extremely problematic. Back in the day, it was restricted to...
All right, my colleague Belly has spoken with Deputy Commissioner of Police Sri Hari Babu, who is supervising and overseeing investigation into the case registered by the CCB Special Investigation Squad on the Nandini adulterated ghee case. Have a look.
I have with me the Deputy Commissioner of Police of the Central Crime Branch, Sri Haribabu, sir, with me. Sir, you have been overseeing and supervising the investigation by the Special Investigation Squad of CCB, who has registered a case against this racket, interstate racket that has been manufacturing and distributing, adulterated Nandini ghee. So we also know that, the latest arrest is of a married couple who have been identified as kingpins in this interstate racket. So tell us something about the investigation and what is the modus operandi of this couple, sir?
So on 14th of November, we have came to know we have gotten an eligible sufficient based information. So based on that information, along with the KMF vigilance officers and our CCB officers, we have raided one godown in Chamarajpet, Bengaluru city. So there we could find around 8,136 liters of fake Nandini ghee and other some milk products. So based on this information, we started the investigation after registering the FIR. So in this case, earlier we have arrested 4 persons. Later during the investigation, we came to know that the factory, the main which they produce the ghee and other milk products, it's based in Tamil Nadu, one small town. So based on this credible information, we along with the proper procedures, and we have gone there and we have seized the materials which were used for the productions, and the machines which were used for the productions were seized. So later we came to know these factories and the products were belongs to one Mr. Shivkumar and his wife Ramya, so who are basically from Mysore. They were having already one case in 2022 in Mysore rural district. So based on this, now along with the evidence and the statements, we have on a day before yesterday, we have arrested both couples.
Okay. Yeah. So information is coming out on the kind of machinery that they were, they have set up in Tamil Nadu's manufacturing unit. So we were told that 1 liter of original ghee is being the genuine Nandini ghee would be taken there, and 4 liters of adulterated ghee is prepared out of it by mixing coconut oil, palm oil, vanaspati dalda, and by processing, blending it. So what do you have to say about this state-of-the-art machinery, and how much does this cost, and what is what all did you seize actually, sir, your men?
So this again, it has to be confirmed by the experts. That's why we are under the investigation process. We are whatever the materials we have seized and the already packed materials which we have seized from the godowns, both the things we are sending it to the FSL, and we are confirming it. What are the materials which have used for adulteration and other things? Okay. So after confirmation only I can confirm it. Yeah. Okay,
fine. So that was the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Central Crime Branch, Sri Haribabu, speaking on the adulterated Nandini ghee interstate racket that was operating here in Bengaluru. With camera person Pavan Kumar, this is Belly Thomas for NewsX, Bengaluru.
Let me go back to Ashwini, who's with us on the panel still. Ashwini, of course, this is a case which will find its logical conclusion, but let's talk about the legal ramifications for the perpetrators as well. If somebody dies or if somebody suffers, consequences towards their health as a result of this adulteration, who's going to be held responsible?
Principally, the person in the supply chain, number one. Number two, it is an offense. It would be offense for culpable homicide, not amounting to murder. But the thing is, where is the law? Even if somebody dies, then the punishment would be hanging between the law and the arguments. Because the perpetrator would say that there is no law which can give us the punishment. Because why? You see, the gambling was an offense prior to the Britishers brought, then maximum punishment was 6 months. Now online gambling has been allowed, but there is no law which could deal with, because only we have a law which was prevailing at the Britishers time, colonial era law, where the maximum punishment 6 months. Now the roots, the method, and the way of gambling has been changed. So the way society is evolving, law should also evolve it. The British or the Lord Macaulay brought this Indian Penal Code, section 272, 273, 274 was brought at that point of time. Maximum punishment under 6 months. People were not aware about this law. Now the law should be restricted to the way where somebody is eating a contaminated ghee, contaminated milk, adulterated milk, then he should be held liable under the stricter punishment and provisions. And therefore, when there is no specific provision, we may understand that yes, the higher punishment would be about. When there is a law says, but the punishment should be increased. Number 2, strong regulation and enforcement can only prevent it. Is Vinit bhai, very pertinent, valid question you have asked, and I respect you a lot that you are such a journalist, responsible and sensitive journalist who raise these kind of issues. You see, it's common for everyone. Tomorrow this news will go away. Nobody will talk about it. Another news will take over it. And so far as the regulation and enforcement is concerned, nobody will talk about it. So therefore, the government must enact and enforce strong food safety laws and impose strict penalties, including heavy fines and imprisonment or violation, to act as a deterrent. Number 2, regular inspection and quality control. Why I say with all responsibility that it is the responsibility of the watchdog, and watchdog, it would have been conducted, the regular inspection and quality control would have been there, raid would have been conducted, or sudden inspection would have been there. This would have been prevented way back. But there is no law. Might be there may be proximate link, Vinit bhai, we cannot deny it. Regulatory bodies should conduct frequent and unannounced inspections of food processing units or the people who are involved in the supply chain, then storage facilities and markets. Then the technological advancement, what we see, we just seen the wrapper, everything is mentioned, date, time, when it will expire. So utilizing modern technology like blockchain for supply chain transparency, advanced analytical testing methods, and smart packaging, as well as complete check and balance. There has to be a check and balance. Authorities should check it. And for the consumer awareness program, which you are doing it. You are already doing the consumer awareness
program. Fair enough,
Ashwini.
Appreciate your thoughts and your expertise. We have run out of time. Would like to thank all our guests to join in. Well, my colleague Belly has also spoken to KMF MD Shivaswamy on the Nandini adulterated ghee case and filed a ground report showcasing the unit where the adulterated Nandini ghee was being distributed. Have a look.
I have with me the Managing Director of the Karnataka Milk Federation, KAS Officer Shivaswamy, with me here. Sir, Nandini is a trusted brand among Kannadigas and Karnataka. So this particular interstate, a racket that has been operating in Bengaluru for this many time, how did the KMF or its vigilance team gather information about this, and how did they, actually proceeded with the police case?
Actually, in KMF, we have a vigilance team headed by Vigilance Director. Presently, Mr. Dharmendra, who is heading the vigilance team in KMF, and there are some officers and staff. What happened, vigilance team is regular duty is to visit the market area, parlors, and usually KMF units. What they are doing, what is their functions, and what is they are actually doing. Is there any irregularities occurs are there? Like that, they have the routine duty of the vigilance team. Like that only they used to roaming around the market area of the Bangalore city and also some other units of the KMF. So once a time, our vigilance team visiting and also visited some distributor shop, they can see some doubts on the products, packaging material and package ghee packets. And also they keep on watch on the same distributor shop and that area. One fine day they found that there is one vehicle unloading the goods. Actually, they don't know what is the actual goods unloading there. Later on, they came to know that that is the ghee packets and the ghee products. So from that day, they have started to visit regularly some other vigilance activity along with their staff. So one fine day, they on the vehicle, they have mentioned the phone number also. It is registered in Tamil Nadu, that vehicle number. On that basis, they have taken that mobile number and they have given to the CCB police to track this. So based on the given information, CCB police have tracked that number. It shows location in Erode, Tamil Nadu. So there afterward they confirmed that yes, this is maybe adulterated products of ghee. It seems to be like Nandini film packaging style only. So based on that doubt, our vigilance team director given the complaint to the CCB police. Based on our complaint, CCB has registered the case FIR and they have took action.
So now we got to know that there is one married couple who is being the kingpin or the mastermind behind all this thing. They also have set up a state-of-the-art machinery in Bengaluru, like a proper setup where you can manufacture adulterated ghee. And the wife was involved in printing these sachets and plastic bottles with genuine-looking labels of Nandini. So how do you think it happened with one registered or one licensed distributor with the KMF was involved in this racket. So how do you think that it can be made foolproof, or what are the measures that the KMF is taking to prevent such actions, prevent such incidents in the future?
For this, we have taken some precautionary measures and we have constituted a committee headed by our marketing directors and finance director and other milk union directors, those who have knowledge on this issue. So that committee has to verify and examine, and they will submit the report to the managing director, which means me. So we'll sit together and we'll discuss and we'll take the precautions measure. If we adopt QR codes systems or whatever, actually what is the in the interest of security and also genuinity of the originality, we'll take a call.
Okay. So now one final question. This is for our viewers who watch this show. How can one differentiate between an adulterated Nandini ghee and the original Nandini ghee? Like if you can say, like if you would have spoken to your experts about how to just identify in the look or a smell or like the way you cook or the color of the ghee, like that. Like, do you want to say something to our viewers about that?
So I request all our consumers of Nandini ghee, as you aware, Nandini ghee is highly rich aroma and very tasty, and also it's very genuine ghee. So that's why we are for the safety of the packaging, we are planning to introduce QR code system like that. Definitely we'll introduce soon. I request all our consumers to don't be hurry or worry. Please use Nandini ghee, and also we are sure now in all Nandini parlors there is a genuine ghee. Please go and take the ghee use as usual.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. So that was the Managing Director of Karnataka Milk Federation, Shivaswamy, speaking on the Nandini adulterated ghee racket, the interstate racket that was operating in Bengaluru for quite some time. With camera person Pavan Kumar, this is Belly Thomas for NewsX, Bengaluru. At present, I am in front of the Sri Krishna Enterprises, a licensed distributor of the Karnataka Milk Federation, operated by a person identified as Mahendra and his son Deepak. So right now we are in front of that particular unit, which was found out by the Central Crime Branch sleuths along with the Karnataka Milk Federation Vigilance Wing, that this unit was manufacturing and distributing adulterated Nandini ghee. And as you can see, this is the unit that has been sealed by the police now, and 4 people have been arrested. Mahendra was arrested and his son Deepak also has been arrested. Along with them, one Muniraju who takes care of the transport, and one driver Abhiyarasu have also been arrested. So this particular unit was raided by the law enforcement agencies on November 14th, and around assets worth 1.26 crore were seized from this particular unit, and there were 5 mobile phones that were seized by the police, and this 1.26 crore assets also include 8,136 liters of adulterated Nandini ghee that were seized from this particular unit. You can see still there are this lassi bottles and cartons that are being stocked here, and the police have now sealed this particular unit. So with the arrest of the 4 people from this unit, the Central Crime Branch sleuths along with the Karnataka Milk Federation Vigilance Wing have investigated further, and they have found out that the kingpin of this particular interstate racket is a couple, a married couple, husband Shivakumar and wife Ramya, who have opened a high-tech facility in Avinashi near Tirupur in Tamil Nadu and have been operating this racket since the past 2 years.